how do you come in here and start forging relationships in such a hurry? Shouldn't it take a while?
Yeah, it is taking, you know what, but we don't have time for it. It should take longer, Mark, but the one advantage I have is I'm pretty familiar with staff, not only coaches, but trainers, management, and then obviously the most important parts, players. I know Michael Backlund, I know Gio, I know Luch. So those are pretty important guys in the locker room. And then the next layer of veterans that you have, Derek Ryan, Chris Tanev, they're real strong guys in the room, so you can lean on them.
As you guys see kind of the early returns of what Darryl is trying to implement, has the belief in what this group is capable of, has that changed at all over the past 8 or 9 days?
I mean, I think the guys always believed in each other, and I've always believed that we have a really good team here, and we can beat any team any time. And I mean, if we don't believe in each other, I mean, you can't win games. So I feel like all the guys in the room believe in each other, and we have a really good group of guys.
You've got your team's playing real well, and I don't know. You tell me if it doesn't look like you've completely overhauled the systems or any of that. But what you do have is a bunch of guys playing individually to the best of their abilities, which makes a good team. I want to ask you, where did you learn, and who did you learn from when it came to relating to players and being able to get a guy the most out of the player?
I think first off, just number one, big family of brothers, same age and sticking together, and not only doing it but talking and walking yourself through it. I think that's ingrained in us. That's natural. But I think probably going back in my career as a player and a young coach, I had two totally opposite types of coaches. One being Bob Pulford, who's the big gruff guy who taught you to play as 5 and check. And then I had Roger Nielsen as Pulley's assistant coach in Chicago, who taught me the not only the X and O part of it and the technology part of it, but I think the relationship part of it, which is really important.
Some of us media guys have known Darryl for a really long time, and I got to say to you that I never interview another coach and go, man, that guy reminds me of Darryl Sutter. He's a pretty unique guy, right? He's his own cat. When he comes into your team, I'm sure you've had a lot of coaches in your day. Is he as unique a coach? Does his approach stand alone compared to any other coach you've played for?
I mean, to answer your question, quite boring. I mean, every coach is different, and I mean, I've only known Darryl for a week now, and we won 3 games in a row, and obviously he has his aspect to the game, and every coach is different, and the more you get to know him, you better you understand each other as well. So I mean, I can't really answer the question because, as I said, I've only known him for a week, but we've been pretty good for that week. So
with what Darryl's asking of the team, does your on-ice decision-making process change? Has it changed in the past few games now that he's taken over in terms of what to do with the puck or spaces to go on the ice kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, it obviously changes a little bit with every coach, and he wants us to play a little bit quicker, and a few more details he wants a little different, and it takes a little bit of time to get used to. I mean, we've had the Wardo system for 1.5 years almost, and so yeah, it takes a little bit of time to get used to. But I mean, it's not major things he's asking of us. He's asking us to play a little bit quicker and to be a little bit more detailed. So yeah, I mean, obviously it takes a little bit of time, but you're getting more and more used to it for every day that goes by.
Rasmus, I think we'd normally talk about, halfway through the season or even, 30 games left as maybe too soon to start talking about the standings. I'm just wondering, with the condensed schedule and divisional play and all that, has that mindset changed? Like, are you guys maybe paying more attention than you would in a normal season?
Honestly, I think it's pretty individual, honestly. I think every guy's a little different. Some guys love stats and some guys doesn't look at stats. And I mean, I've always looked at the standings from maybe game 5 and feels like you're just like, you know, you're checking out of town scores and all of that stuff, and you just click in on standings and you just see where you're at. So me personally, I always know like the standings and where we're at, but some guys just doesn't really bother with stats. They just try to focus on themselves. And so I mean, I to answer your question, I think it's pretty individually. And but yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, I think everyone starts looking at stats you closer you get to the playoffs. And yeah, we need to make a push here for playoff spot.